Hello everyone, thank you for sticking around tonight. I know it's getting late, so I'll keep this short and sweet. My name is Paulette Macdonald, and I'm a family justice advocate. I'm proud to say I'm on the board of directors with CAFE. I'm a proud member of an international organization called Leading Women for Shared Parenting. I also do some volunteer work for Parental Alienation Awareness Organization. Pardon me. And all that came to be after witnessing both sides of divorce in Canada. My own divorce without government involvement, in which my ex-husband remarried a wonderful woman who loved and nurtured my children right from the get-go. They were only 3 and 4 years old at the time. I loved her for loving them, and life went on. They're now 35 and 36, and I'm proud to say I have 6 beautiful grandbabies as a result. I thought that's how all parents divorced, but I was wrong. It wasn't until 2005 when I met and fell in love with a non-custodial dad and his 2 young children, with living a nightmare with government involvement in his divorce. And prior to meeting him and his children, had someone said to me, I haven't seen my children in 6 months since the divorce. My first reaction would have been, my God, what did you do? You must have done something wrong. I wouldn't have believed for one moment that his children were deliberately alienated from him, or that our government intervened and alienated his children from him. I just never would have believed that our government would do that. Our existing family law system is so outdated and profoundly broken. It's not acting in the best interest of our children. It's acting in the best interest of our government's pocketbook. Mm-hmm. And that's a fact.
That's true.
It really is, and it's a real shame. And the saddest part is that our family law system was originally put in place to help parents when they are most vulnerable, when they're going through divorce or separation. And instead of helping these families when they are most vulnerable, what they are doing is pitting them against one another with its winner-take-all approach to family law. The children are being used as weapons and pawns, and they are suffering the consequences because of it. I'll give you a quick example. There's a mom and dad who worked shift work. While dad was on days, he took care of the children in the evening, and mom took care of the children at night. Or when she was on days, she took care of them at night. When they separated, he just assumed that they would continue with that schedule, that when he was on days, he would have the kids for the week, and when she was on days, she would have the children. Well, he was wrong. Mom decided she wanted sole custody, and for no other reason than to get back at dad. So dad had to go to court on several occasions, and ultimately he did win, and he got to have his children on the week-about basis, but that wasn't before he spent his life savings doing so. And again, that's a shame. That's not how it should be. I can provide you with several other examples, but Denise has warned me I only have like 3 minutes, so I'm going to keep it real short. We recently had an equal parenting bill, C-560, and of course our bill was defeated. Our biggest opposition was the Canadian Bar Association. Go figure. They have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. Had we achieved a rebuttable presumption of equal shared parenting at the onset of divorce or separation, in the absence of abuse, neglect, or abandonment, our family law lawyers and judges would lose 2/3 of their income. So of course, they opposed our bill. And given that the bulk of our parliamentarians are lawyers or former judges, of course they opposed our bill as well. But we haven't given up. We continue to fight. And while we have made some progress in the family law field, we have a long way to go. Our children need and deserve to be loved by both mom and dad, especially after separation and divorce. So I'm asking you all to help us end the suffering of our children. Let's not force them to choose to love just one of their parents and just half of their extended family members. So help us make shared parenting a reality, because the best child support is equal shared parenting. Thank you for listening.
Do you have one more thought?
One question. As of one of the things we need to know is, why would they oppose a shared parenting bill? What is the reasons given for the government shutting down the shared parenting bill?
The Canadian Bar Association, one of their biggest reasons for opposing our bill was them stating that our bill put the parents' rights before the children's rights, when in fact it's just the opposite. Right now, our existing system puts the parents' rights before the children's rights. And it's whichever parent can be the biggest fighter is the one who's going to win that battle. What we're saying is take the parents out of the equation and permit the children to have access to both of their parents, unless there is a case of abuse, neglect, or abandonment.
Isn't the law written in such a way that the children's best interests are supposed to be put forth ahead of anything else?
I'm sorry?
The child's best interests is what's written in law ahead of the parents, and that's apparently what they say that they're doing, is they're doing this in the child's best interest. How is this
The term "in the best interest of the children" has been in our legislation pretty much right from the get-go.
Right.
The problem with that is that none of our legislation truly clarifies what the best interest of the child truly is. And it's up to the discretion of the judge to determine what the best interest of that particular child is. And I'll tell you, if you have a judge that is biased, or a judge that is outdated and believes that in the old school where mom should be the primary caregiver and dad should be the every other weekend visitor, then that's in the best interest of the child according to that particular judge.
Thank you.